Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, infrastructure development projects in Lagos State receives a boost. Federal Executive Council approves $200 million World Bank loan for the state. Controversy persists in the upper legislative chamber over the 2016 budget, said to be missing. Senate investigates allegations of missing documents. Chairman CEO of Channels Television, John Momo, advocates synergy between the media and the military towards national security. And 2 French pupils and tourists are killed after an avalanche sweeps away school children on a skiing trip in the French Alps.
And on business news tonight, the equities market extends losses as the key index slumps by 3.58% at the end of midweek session.
And in sports news, World Football Governing Body FIFA sacks suspended Secretary General Jerome Bock with immediate effect.
And from Abuja, I'm Gloria Umezuke. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo reaffirms federal government's commitment to providing affordable housing for low-income earners across the country.
We begin tonight from the Federal Capital Territory, where members of the Federal Executive Council today received the leadership by example training from none other than the President, Muhammadu Buhari himself. The President caught most members of the Council unaware as he arrived at Council chambers at 9:50 a.m. from the weekly meeting. Only a handful of the Council members were present for the meeting, slated for 10 a.m. when the President arrived. At the end of the meeting, however, the Council approved $200 million World Bank loan for Lagos State. The loan is part of a $600 million loan granted by the World Bank for roads and other infrastructural development projects in Lagos State.
It's a segment of a program of developmental initiatives. And it was approved in 2010, a total sum of $600 million for Lagos State to be disbursed in tranches of $200 million each year, starting from 2011, 2012, and 2013, if I recollect correctly. So, but it suffered delays as a result of partisan political differences in the last dispensation. After the first tranche was disbursed, there was a freeze on the second tranche. The initial agreements we had with the World Bank was a 40-year loan, a 10-year moratorium, 0.5% interest. But because of the delays that subsequently characterized the partisan interference that took place, our profile as a nation also changed. We had become a bigger economy. So money was being lent to us, not now as a highly indebted nation anymore. So by the time this one was approved now, because of the delays, we had lost the opportunity of 40 years. It's now a loan of 25 years. The moratorium has reduced to 5 years instead of 10 years. The interest rate has gone up to 1.25%. When we look at road construction and the value chain that benefits from it, laborers, those who sell iron rod, artisans, craftsmen, and all of that, that is how really globally economies have been reflated. And infrastructure defines how big a nation can grow. It is really the defining line between poverty, poor nations and rich nations. So to that extent, it is heartwarming that this administration has taken this on and again fast-tracked it so that the Lagos State government can continue its developmental program of infrastructure renewal, taking people out of poverty, reducing inequality.
And still in the FCT, controversy continues to trail the whereabouts of the 2016 budget document, with the Senate mandating its Committee on Ethics and Privilege to investigate allegations that the 2016 budget is missing. The chairman of the committee, Senator Samuel Anyao, confirmed to journalists after Wednesday's legislative proceedings that the committee is investigating the matter. However, Senate leader Ali Ndume, in an interview with journalists, described the allegations that the budget is missing from the Senate as untrue.
And many more critical service providers.
On December 22nd, 2015, President Buhari laid the 2016 budget before a joint session of the National Assembly. Nearly a month after, the 2016 budget is at the center of a troubling dispute in the Senate. The media has been filled with reports that the 2016 budget is missing from the National Assembly. But the Senate President made an announcement to set the record straight.
The debate on the 2016 appropriation commenced on Tuesday 19th through 20th and end Thursday 21st January. Copies of the 2016 budget will be distributed tomorrow.
However, a federal lawmaker is not convinced that the issue of the whereabouts of the 2016 budget has been resolved.
Yesterday, in our closed session, this matter also came up. And some of us who are worried, who have been inundated by messages from our constituents, who are really worried about what their fate will be in 2016, and are asking us, where is our budget?
The Senate President responds.
Part of a decision at closed session yesterday, and part of that decision we're still waiting for those we had referred to carry an assignment to come back to us. And I think they will come back to us by tomorrow, and we'll go into a closed session and finish up the report, and then we'll be able to debate it properly.
Channels Television spoke with the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, saddled with the responsibility of investigating the matter.
The Senate mandated my committee to look at the issue on the controversy about the 2016 budget. And the committee have met, we have still meeting, we have not concluded. We are yet doing our investigation and we'll come up with that. And of course, we'll be privileged to have such information when it is ready.
However, the Senate leader says reports that the 2016 budget is missing is baseless.
Part of you media people have started analyzing the budget. I wanted to ask you, even your television is part of those that were analyzing the budget. Where did you get that budget that you're analyzing?
Well, the thing is that
and somebody told me that it was online. Let me help you with that. So if a document that is already online, how can it be missing?
While there may be confusion in the Senate as to the whereabouts of the 2016 budget, the same cannot be said in the House of Representatives.
The clerk is going to open it now and bring out the budget so that the world will see that the budget wasn't stolen.
The 2016 budget is the first budget prepared by the Buhari administration. With Nigeria struggling with falling oil prices and increased pressure on the naira of the foreign exchange market, speculations about the whereabouts of the budget and its authenticity does the economy more harm than good. Linda Akibi, Channels Television News.
The Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, has confirmed the death of one person from Lassa fever at the National Hospital in Abuja. The minister, who made the announcement at the National Hospital this evening, also called on health workers at all levels to be more vigilant and look out for patients with symptoms of Lassa fever. The minister has directed all primary and secondary contacts of the victims should be traced, including the staff of the private hospital in Kubwa, where the deceased was first managed for 1 week and subsequently became unconscious before referred to the National Hospital. He also advised that family members should report to the nearest hospital if anyone has fever for more than 2 days. The latest incident brings the total number of deaths from Lassa fever in the country to 43. With a target of providing 1 million housing units for Nigerians, shelter can be said to be top priority for the federal government. And in Kaduna State, the mission is underway where the state government is constructing 2,000 units for its citizens. The Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, in company of the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, also laid the foundation for an ultra-modern shopping mall estimated to provide over 2,000 direct jobs in the state.
A matter of national importance is taking place in Kaduna State. Important enough to have the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, present. It's the groundbreaking of several projects that will provide employment for thousands of people and shelter for many more. First, the Vice President is led by Governor Nasir El-Rufai to the proposed site of a 2,000 housing unit project. Shelter is the objective, and both men are of the same opinion that the comfort of the people is paramount.
See, our goal over the next 4 years is to build at least 20,000 housing units in our urban areas to reduce the pressure and housing deficit in our state.
One of the most important initiatives is housing. This is, as the governor has said, only the beginning. We are still looking at 20,000 more housing units. That will be a radical revolution indeed in housing, not just in Kaduna State, but in the whole of Nigeria.
Next, the party moves to the site of an ultra-modern shopping mall. The governor speaks on the positives of the project.
The mall will raise the game in retail, provide modern cinemas for our people, and promote linkages with our farmers and suppliers. That is the manner in which the malls that retail giants occupy tend to become centers of much tangible and intangible economic activity.
The focus of the federal government is to ensure that the welfare of Nigerians is adequately taken care of.
It is possible for government to meet the needs of the people. But government is not just about going around the place in motorcades and looking important. But government is serving the people.
An encouraging start to the year for Kaduna State. But the end result will be much better when it reaches the true beneficiaries, the people.
We welcome the Vice President of the Federal Republic.
In part two, after the break, Channels Television's chairman CEO seeks synergy between the media and the military towards national security. Do join us again.